all you can do is offer to sell or steal in battle, and stealing in battle is pretty good. This doesn't introduce anybody new into the coalition other than Pasai, and they should chill out after all is said and done here. It's just Britain, Japan, and the Danes and the Spaniards, so I need to keep my truces going. Spaniards not a problem though. Yeah, I want that money. Hell, I want just about everything you've got going for you, but the occupation of Tidor should get me what I need, and I will occupy Tidor. Really, I should get a claim on Tidor and take them for myself, because it's awesome land. This whole area is just pure awesome. He often pours quite a bit of development into this. Only 3 times so far, but perhaps they'll invest more in due time. And then you have some awesome spicy islands to take. They've already built up trade stations for me, so the money to be made here is pretty brutal. I want that. Don't you want to take the cold and the gold from Pasai? I do, but there will be future wars with Pasai. And also, these are places that he's built up quite a lot. Don't know, I just don't know. The gold will not be immediately useful for me, although gold is always good. And the coal won't be useful to me for some time. Also, the coal is owned by the Spaniards, which, incidentally enough, I have taken now. But when it comes to coal, there's just that. Nothing coal-wise to take from them. So it's a question of how I most want to brutalize Pasai. I think the Mamluks care because the Mamluks are so close now, thanks to their colonization efforts, both there and there. And they've even stationed an army in preparation. Still, let's crush Tidor first. The pirates of Palembang should join the cause. I'm getting my lands actually converted for me here, but that's okay. We don't worry about religion if they're in our if they are in our trade thingamajingers, and they're all part of trade companies. Okay, you guys are all consolidated as much as possible. Then let's go and crush Tidor. I get conditional military access through you, so I'll probably land here and then walk over. You have 4 maneuver, so I'd just be eating that anyway. One of the few island sources of coal is in Ainu Island. What do you mean one of the few? I'd almost go so far as to say most of the coal is not on islands. Almost. Best way to see where all the coal is just to click on an uncolonized place that can do coal, like you. Ignoring the New World island, debatably island, island. Many on an island. So, pretty good. Still, we should have enough coal to see us through some kind of revolution in the late game. Alright, where are you guys running to now? Potentially down there. I'll chase you down and kick your ass. I'm very wary of them running to a different place, which they are. They're running to Paxo-Watsits. I need them utterly destroyed so I can take my land back. Don't mind me, I'm just raiding. Get ourselves off here, which will be nice and relatively fast, all things considered. There was once upon a time where forced march was faster than retreating, and you could just force march to people's destination and destroy them there. Good times, really. I miss them. Alright, all destroyed. I'm getting call for pizza, which isn't good because I can only deal with war exhaustion by paying it down. Let's remove you, set you over there, you go there, you're there, and that should be most of you taken care of. And, turn 8. How best to deal with you. I will consolidate, send a couple of you over there. The rest of us will go and crush your pathetic army. And that's what you get for messing with me. Our colony has been struck by Roman fever. Does that mean they love Romans? East Timor gets quarantined, or we pray for the best. Yeah, I mean, we're in no hurry for East Timor. Just be quarantined down. Good opportunity to crush Ternate's fleet here, and I'll be taking it. Also a good opportunity to crush Ternate. I'll be taking it. The call for pizza isn't very high right now, so we should have the time to blitz through this province. And then take everything I can off of Pasai. Yoink. And I'll just consider that a permanent stationing there. I was almost hoping I'd get this revolt so that they would have to deal with it. What is this? I worry a bit about this fight because he's got a heavy there that will probably be able to destroy my my lights. Even if I outnumbered him, that one heavy is of a pretty big threat. But you know what? Let's take the fight to him anyway. See how it comes out on top. Worst case scenario, I lose a few fleets that I can't actually afford to have because I'm way over my limit here. I should probably actually cut down on the transports that I have. I got 46 here. I'm not sure I need to transport 46 at any one given time. But it's never that simple, is it? Malacca's in my sweet hands here. But I'd like to get crushing on Bengal as well. 2 doors down. 2 doors down. And you know what? I don't need to have you here helping out. I'll just have the bare minimum and the rest of you heal up because it's expensive having you guys out there in terms of sailors, if nothing else. It's all coming back to us. Great. Not so sure this fight's great, because he too will reinforce. And I'm losing my boats here already. And this is going to cost me in sailors, if nothing else as well. But it looks like I'm winning, and I like things that look like I'm winning. 28%'s good, right? Not good enough, though. Reinforcing defeat on the high seas is pretty bad, because it snowballs pretty badly. For you... Nice, I sunk the ship. I grabbed some freebies, but that's going to drain my sailors even more. Still, I am in range for that, and I took care of the biggest threat. There we go. Incense in East Timor. Still expecting that peasant uprising up here that I would like you to have to deal with and not me. Is it time to raid Dingland? We already raided Dingland, so they're good until 51. The question is, who else is good for raiding? The Italians, actually, but I probably don't have a good time. Wait, no, apparently not. The Spaniards? No, not until 47. The Danes, not until 44. Oh, right, so that's a good thing to remember. The Danes in 45, we'll go and raid them. And then in 47, it's time for... Oh, but it is almost time to attack the Dinglish. The Peter Dinglish. Alright, this should be a tragic end for the fleet of Ternate. Very tragic, and I scored a few ships off of them. What kind of ships, though? Well, I don't really care about the brigs or that Carvel. Galleons are good, but war galleons are better, so I'll just take the ones that I stole and probably scuttle them because they're costing me dosh that I don't reasonably have. Thanks to the sailors. Not a lot of them, but... Wait, where do they even think they're going to go here? Do they even have other provinces for me to take? No, this is all they got, so they're probably going to a war ally. So I could take them for their money, or I could use the war score to take Pasai for everything. And I think I'd rather take Pasai for everything. The question is what I take from them. Another consideration is if I have a shorter truce time with you, I would be able to get a claim on you and just eat you all up, and I do like your land a lot. Like, a hell of a lot. Because I could just say, you're not friends with Pasai anymore. Bhutan I don't particularly care about. And I want your money, and I want your everything money. So I'll do that with you. My war score is still 90% with Pasai. And then I go, hey, Pasai. Alright, help me out, guys. What do I want here? This land is really well built up. So, you know, taking it now is the ideal time. This land is not so well built up, but it's still good. And it allows me to rip apart his fortifications if I feel so gutsy. So I would definitely take these. That makes sure that I get the gold. Otherwise, Palembang without question. Palembang? Oh well, this one. Palembang's pretty good for that natural harbour. Take a little bit of both? Nah, not at all. Whatever you don't take, Spain will. That's a good point. If I rip this away from Spain. But Spain won't be starting any wars since I'll be at war with them forever. Wow. They actually think they're too strong and that I shouldn't take so much from them. That is madness. Take the lesser land with the forts. Raid the good stuff. It's all coastal though. But yeah, taking the forts works out pretty well for me. I could just take bits here and there that are really good for me to have. The best they have to offer. I can't take this stuff because I don't have a fort over here, so that screws that idea. But hey, what do we have here? We got Makassar and Palopo. They're a little unhappy with that, but it gives me this island in full. And I can still come back and take this in the patented one-shot technique while keeping this one under wraps. I should probably put a fort on this so nobody can take it quite so easily, but that's expensive, and I don't like expenses. Alright, this seems quite agreeable. There. Not so happy with all that aggressive expansion, but it really makes Pasai a lot easier to deal with if and when they decide to attack me down the line, and I'm going to invest that money in fortifying this province because it's very important for the area. So very good. And I get peace in our time. There's actually peace for our time, but let's not worry about the details there. Just a basic one will be fine, right? It's not going to fall anytime soon, and I don't want to overpay for it. These ones I don't see being worth my time to pay for, except maybe this one to reduce the devastation to get the gold back. But this one's certainly not. So I'll just say goodbye to you. And everything here should be added to the trade company. And I mean everything. And we'll get cores on it all. Okay, that brings me down to just 2 major wars going on, Ottomans and Spain. We're going to bump that up to 3 pretty quickly because I need to fight Great Britain. Again, I don't really have a lot of friends in Europe. I'm not very liked around there. But I need to deal with the Brits. The question is how best to deal with the Brits. I don't have an army to spare for there, and I'm probably going to need you guys on cleanup duty here for a wee while. So I'll bring you over here, get you on that boat. I'll just bring the boat out and have you guys go straight onto it, and then bring you up to deal with all the nonsense that's going to happen up here. My amazing heavy fleets. Tell me about the British first. Great Britain have a pathetic naval force that these guys would be able to take care of with their eyes shut, I'm quite certain. So I'm going to have you guys stationed in Rumden, since the Spanish are not budging, really. They're not being much of a threat against me, and they're not rebuilding their heavies. Great news for me. That keeps them under wraps. Maybe they have financial burdens. Wouldn't that be amazing? Rampant warfare in the New World causing Spanish fiscal problems? I couldn't even imagine it. We're not looking for great BR anymore. What is a great BR? Spain. It would appear that you have 10 loans. Let's keep it like that. The thing is, they have to keep paying for their armies because they're at war. And their armies aren't engaging, they're just wasting away. And they have such massive force limits, it's on very hard mode. I like all of that coming together. Great BR is dead BR. Yeah, well, Great Britain here is long overdue an ass kicking, and our treaty of truce is almost up. But I can't just willy-nilly attack them right now, because their army is still better than what I have remotely available. Did that say Poles? No, it said rulers. Poles would have been funny for me. Okay, Britain, not brioche. Great Britain still have a large army, relatively speaking. Larger than mine, that's for sure. But where are they? Britain aren't that international. Oh, what if they're all in Vinland? There's certainly been fighting going on in Vinland. There's a slight problem with my layout here. I don't see Leicestershire, and I don't see any of this. Actually, Leicestershire is the only inland province that I don't see. I should fix that at the conclusion of this war. If his armies are not in Britain, I could just steamroll him. Where's his capital? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. If I could just rush the guy and slaughter him, that would be something very special. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're lacking a bit of cannon, but that's okay. I only have a capital fort to deal with. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll be fine being low on manpower. Okay. I still want eyes on the situation here. You guys are doing alright. Still using you guys for all my trading needs. This situation seems under control-ish. I think I'd rather have these trade fleets help me out with Britain than with dealing with you. How fast do you get here? April. Oh god, you guys are fast. Some there, and I'll split some over to the Celtic Sea so I can keep better eyes on the everything here. And then my heavies are popping over to Rumden. Alright, I'll take it. I will take it and run. Question is what our navies over here are doing. You're messing around there and you're costing me money just by existing there. However, I can't deny that there's a big threat here in the southeast, and they are probably going to rebuild and attack me in due time. Never took the one claim I had on you either. I need to consider what else I would claim off of you in due time. Probably the likes of Palembang and Jambi, perhaps. This land is amazing, but I think I'll just have to save that for later, because right now I have other more immediate concerns. It's fine. I'll keep doing this because I suspect I'll be fighting you in time. It's 90 days until my diplomat is home. Unfortunately, it's a long time between diplomat's arrival, but that's okay. I still didn't answer the question of what I'm doing with this heavy fleet. And I have a lot of other fleets here that are just kind of dossing around. I'm going to split you actually, and have you guys help out in Bengal because there are diminishing returns on privateering here. The rest of you, how about we just chill out somewhere quite central like Tondo. Tondo even have a shipyard for fast rebuilding. You guys also chill out in Tondo. That way I'm fairly quick to react to anything around here or up here, and I will have to fight the Japanese eventually, once they're done slugging it out with the Fu Manchu up there. Get on the boat. Did the music just get oddly louder, or is it on my end? Well, it got a bit more flamboyant because we're playing Carnatic from the Dharma theme tune. The Dharma soundtrack. Alright, 80 days, Britain. Then it's a lot of pain coming down your way. I'm still at war with the Spanish, but at least I have a miniature garrison to deal with anybody that lands on my beloved island. Go for more admin, but a cathedral will not save me anyway. Blooming Spaniards everywhere. Truce is up with the British. They're still allied with Dithmarschen, but unless I have a diplomat, I can't really make use of that. Ah, okay, so they're not without an army here. They got 13k standing guard. Alright. Oh, right, I grabbed myself a couple of extra lights. That's amusing to me. High naval attrition, that's alright. Shouldn't hurt, you won't die. I definitely won't die. Where is the British Navy? That's not a navy to be scared of, that's just lights and transports. He must have his heavies somewhere, but for all I know his heavies are situated over by Vinland. And he doesn't have many of them anyway. Britain's a bit of a ghost of his former set. There they are, alright. In that case, you folks keep your eye over here. And the heavies have got to be on guard by Romden. That's all fine by me, though. I don't even think they need particular leadership, but I'll give them Zulfir. He's currently with the 19th Fleet. I don't even know which one my 19th Fleet was, but as long as it wasn't one of these guys defending against the Ottomans, we're okay. These guys are FOB. Let's bring them up to where we're bound to have some trouble, right here. Yeah, I mean, I'm long overdue a revolt up here in the Philippines. But they're all graciously part of my charter, so that minimum autonomy can go down and down. Alright, soon, very soon, Britain. Ah, good afternoon, Zwar. Looks like you're hemorrhaging sailors, Jake. I really, really am. Not a lot I can do about that for now, though. And it's Ottomans that take the big bite out of my sailors, sadly. I mean, I can raid to get sailors, but there's a lot of raiding needed to make up for that enormous deficit. What's that, 270 sailors a month? So I've only got 3 months of sailors here, which is pretty grim. Because I have so many galleys drinking them up right here. I do worry a bit about the Ottoman situation. I might have to piece them out due to lack of galleys, which is a terrifying, terrifying stipulation, honestly. Alright, Wild Goose should be able to take care of these jokers. They won't even make that occupation in time. My armies, however, are ready to rock and roll for Ireland. I won't give them any time at all. Ireland, I'll just keep Desmond under token siege. You're feeling better now? Oh, I'm glad you're doing well then, Zwar. Yamana, converted, Pasai. Oh my! The untrustworthy scum of Pasai have sent us an insult. When our sons look back on today, it'll be known that while you have maybe shaved off our beard, we will remove your arm. So they think that the losses they incurred is merely a shaving of their beard. I took your defense. I took pretty much all your defense here. I think I was the one that removed an arm. Not to mention this taken away from you. But we shall see. We shall see who is left disarmed by the end of this century. I think I want to be able to jump on the British as soon as possible so they have no army to respond with. As for my good friend in Japan, let's continue to convert them to the one true faith. Don't have much going on in the papacy. I'd love to have a bit more influence here, but... well... manpower recovery speed's all well and good. Do you have some sailor recovery speed for me? Eesh, that is grimbo. What can I even do to get more sailors? More coastline, obviously, and although I'm pretty international, it's not like I have a lot of coastline. Not like I have a lot of great coastline. Taking more of England should solve that, but autonomy does burn in that regard. Yeah. Exploit Diplo. Now that's a not terrible idea. Except, I don't really get that many sailors out of it. Not enough to this is something I could do in really grim situations. I'll keep that in mind though. It's not a terrible idea. Or it's not the most terrible idea. Alright, our diplomat is home. Is it time to crush the British yet? He's malevolent, apparently. Wild Goose, you done fighting those dissidents? Almost. Oh man, Pasai don't have the army to actually bring their units home. I think I'll let these guys reinforce, although it's expensive. I definitely need to keep a decent army around here, especially for Japan. Japan still have teeth, and the Japanese are fierce fighters. Their military is garbage though, but still, I'll incur the cost to reinforce those mercenary scum. You guys will lead the occupation, you folks will lead the aggression, and Dithmarschen is nothing to worry about, or so I believe. What am I taking here though? Definitely coastal areas, but the ones I have claims on are pretty rubbish. I guess I'll take Kent. I'll finish off the Rumden area is what I could do. This is a pretty swell area as well. Just take a big bite out of the British. However you look at it, I need those coastal areas for more sailors. That's what it's all about. So give me Kent, please. Time to die, England, says Balinke. I seem to recall having a lot of trouble with England in this campaign, but since it was a few days ago, I can't quite remember all the details. Point is, away you go. And would you look at that, I already get to fight against... oh, it's just lights. I was hoping it would be his marvellous heavy fleet, which is not very worth marvelling. Is that all of them taken care of? Sure looks like it. Take the north as well, please. Hopefully those four don't come up and rush you. Take Derby, because I hate Derby. If he's hiding like 20-odd thousand troops there, I will not be a happy man. Dithmarschen's on the rampage. They got a lot of heavies there, actually. 3 might not seem like a lot, but it's more than I'm quite willing to deal with right now. Still, I can always pull out of that battle if it looks super grim. Dogger Bank is ours, no doubt. I could jump back and forth here. It's no big deal. Alright, it's woods in Gloucestershire, but I won't be taking a river crossing penalty to get there. Tell me about Leicestershire. Nope, empty. Empty as the day it ever was. Seems like we're winning against this pathetic fleet anyway, but I'd like to help them out regardless. How about our fleet over here? What do we have? I have 4 brigs. Well, goodbye 4 brigs. I need the sailors. I've got a lot of galleys. Something tells me I should do away with these galleys. Get the sailors back. Especially since they're galleys and not galliots. The thing is, and again I mention it, if the Ming decides that they don't like me, they'll just squish me. Although I think my 18... if I say